The Codex Leicester is an extraordinary document as to Leonardo's scientific and engineering research. Leonardo da Vinci's genius blurred the boundaries between art, science, and engineering. While his paintings such as The Last Supper and the Mona Lisa have captivated the world for centuries, it is in his detailed notebooks spanning more than 13,000 pages that we find the full spectrum of his intellect contained within the Codex Atlanticus, Codex Leicester, Codex Arundel, and others are sketches of machines far ahead of their time. Recreating Da Vinci's inventions today is an ambitious convergence of Renaissance vision and 21st century technology. As modern tools like AI, 3D simulation, and potentially even quantum computing enter the scene, the effort to reconstruct Leonardo's mechanical world is evolving. Today we'll explore how quantum AI is helping us rebuild a device hidden in Da Vinci's lost sketches and what we have accomplished so far. Let's get started. Bringing Da Vinci's vision to life. The earliest known physical reconstructions of Leonardo's machines began in the 19th century during a time when Europe experienced a surge of interest in Renaissance figures and their contributions to modern knowledge. This period coincided with the Romantic movement and a growing respect for historical science. One of the first institutions to systematically interpret and reconstruct Da Vinci's designs was the Istituto e Museo di Torre della Scienza in Florence, now known as the Museo Galileo. Founded in 1927, the museum began producing wooden models of Leonardo's inventions as part of its mission to celebrate Italy's scientific heritage. These early models based on drawings from the Codex Atlanticus and other manuscripts focused primarily on Da Vinci's mechanical devices such as pulleys, gears, cranes, and hydraulic systems crafted by artisans under the guidance of historians and engineers. These reconstructions were limited by their time's understanding of Da Vinci's engineering logic, but they laid the groundwork for bigger stuff. More sophisticated interpretations followed in the 20th century. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the recreation of Da Vinci's machines took on a more precise multidisciplinary character. One of the most significant modern institutions leading this effort is the Leonardo III Museum in Milan, which opened in 2013. Located in the Galleria Torrio Emanuele II, just steps from the Piazza del Duomo, the museum is home to over 200 interactive models of Leonardo's inventions, many of which were digitally reconstructed and then physically built. Among the most famous are the aerial screw, often considered a precursor to the modern helicopter, the self-propelled cart, regarded as an early example of autonomous vehicle engineering, and the mechanical lion, a robot-like device commissioned by King Francis I of France in 1515. Interestingly, each of these inventions had never been built during Leonardo's lifetime, either because of technological constraints or because they were conceived as theoretical exercises. The aerial screw, for instance, is believed to have been designed to compress air beneath a rotating spiral canvas, but modern wind tunnel tests and computer simulations suggest that it would have been too heavy to lift off with materials available in the 15th century. Nonetheless, the Leonardo III Museum's working models provide valuable insight into Leonardo's deep understanding of aerodynamics, propulsion, and automation. Their reconstructions are based on a rigorous study of primary sources, especially the Codex Atlanticus, which contains over 1,100 pages of Da Vinci's engineering sketches. Another notable example of modern reconstruction is the Da Vinci Machines exhibition, a global traveling showcase that has appeared in more than 80 cities worldwide, including New York, Tokyo, Istanbul, and Santiago. Created by a team of Italian artisans and historians from Florence and Rome, this exhibition features life-sized working models of Leonardo's designs. Built using materials authentic to the Renaissance period, mainly wood, rope, linen, and iron. The exhibition includes hands-on replicas of Da Vinci's bridges, water-lifting devices, military machines, and flying devices, all based on meticulous analysis of his notebooks. In the United Kingdom, the Royal Army's Museum in Leeds has also undertaken the reconstruction of Da Vinci's military inventions, particularly his armored tank. First sketched around 1487, this vehicle was designed as a circular mobile battle station covered in slanted metal plates and armed with numerous cannons. In 2003, engineers at the museum built a full-scale model to test the design. They discovered that the tank's internal gear system, if constructed exactly as drawn, would have rendered it immobile due to mechanical contradictions. Leonardo may have inserted a deliberate error to prevent misuse or to protect his intellectual property. When corrected, the machine was able to rotate and simulate movement, validating the core concept behind the design. Parallel to these museum-led efforts, the recreation of Da Vinci's machines has found a strong presence in televised media and popular documentaries. In 2009, the Discovery Channel launched a 4-part documentary series titled Doing Da Vinci, in which a team of engineers, craftsmen, and historians constructed several of Leonardo's inventions from scratch. These included the machine gun, revolving bridge, and a giant crossbow known as the ballista. The team used only tools and materials that would have been available in Da Vinci's time to test the feasibility of the designs under real-world Renaissance conditions. Another impactful contribution came from National Geographic's documentary Leonardo, The Man Who Saved Science, which aired in 2017. This program explored Leonardo's contributions to mechanics, anatomy, and fluid dynamics, emphasizing how his studies prefigured many principles of modern physics and engineering. The documentary included animations and simulations of his flying machines and underwater breathing apparatus, providing a digital dimension to the study of his work. Unlike hands-on reconstructions, these simulations offered a deeper look into the why behind Da Vinci's inventions, why he designed machines that would only become viable centuries later, and what that reveals about his approach to science as a form of philosophical inquiry. Where early model makers in the 19th century relied solely on carpentry and visual interpretation, today's recreators combine engineering, history, material science, and digital modeling to test hypotheses about function and design. These reconstructions honor the legacy of a man often described as the father of modern engineering and also act as educational tools that bring Renaissance thought into dialogue with modern technology through physical models, traveling exhibitions, museum installations, and multimedia programs. Leonardo's machines have come to life. But it's not always the easiest thing to do. Challenges in recreating Da Vinci's inventions. Despite his reputation as one of history's greatest engineers and visionaries, many of Leonardo's mechanical designs remain enigmatic or incomplete. His surviving notebooks, estimated to contain around 7,200 pages, though only about 4,000 have been found, are filled with sketches and notes that often lack context, measurements, or fully realized blueprints. The most prominent among these is the Codex Atlanticus, a 1,119-page compilation preserved at the Bibliotheca Ambrosia in Milan. While it contains some of his most detailed technical drawings, many are missing critical information. This incompleteness makes it difficult for historians and engineers to accurately interpret what Leonardo intended or to reproduce the machines in functioning form. One of the most fundamental hurdles in deciphering Leonardo's work is his use of mirror writing, a technique in which he wrote from right to left in reverse. Though this method has often been romanticized as an attempt to keep his work secret, scholars generally believe it was a practical habit suited to Leonardo's left-handedness, allowing him to avoid smudging the ink. Regardless of his reasons, mirror writing complicates transcription and interpretation. Furthermore, Leonardo frequently employed idiosyncratic abbreviations, wrote in Italian dialects of the time, and switched topics rapidly, often covering anatomy, hydraulics, flight, and art all on the same page. This cryptic, nonlinear writing style forces modern researchers to carefully decode each passage before any physical modeling can begin. The material limitations of Leonardo's time also create complications for accurate reconstruction. Many of his machines rely on principles that require components or materials that either did not exist in the 15th century or were not yet refined to usable standards. For example, in his designs for flying machines and the aerial screw, considered an early conceptual ancestor to the helicopter, Leonardo envisioned lightweight frames made of reed or linen combined with tight wound springs and pulleys. However, modern tests have shown that these materials, even if constructed precisely as drawn, would not have been sufficient to achieve lift.